Hi, I'm Stuart from Mr. B Leadworks and welcome to the next video. So in today's video we're going to be knocking up some lead bays and I'm going to be showing the cuts that I use. This has been requested quite a lot in the comment section, so I thought why not make a video. So let's get this done. Okay, so the bays I'm going to be knocking up are going to be for this dormer top. As you can see, I've already got all my wood on here. I always get things set out first because I think preparation is everything, and if you get all the wood on first you can make sure that everything is square. I've worked with some other lead workers over the years, and what they do is they actually make a lead bay and fit the wood to the bay. I just think that way round you just got a chance of things going out of square, so I always like to set things out first. So what I'm going to do first is knock up this bay to go in here, because I've already got my piece of lead cut to size. What I'm going to do first is just mark 75mm down here, and I'm going to mark 52mm along through there. And what that is basically, 75mm is going to be through here, that's my undercloak, and 52mm is for the back of this roll, just to the halfway point on this roll. Because this has got a separate ridge cap, you only need to take it to the halfway point so you don't get all the thicknesses overlapping. So let's get that done first. Right, okay. So we've got 52mm through the back. $75mm undercloak. And I've just measured from the undercloak roll to where it meets the pitch of the roof, and that was 525. So I've just marked a chalk line through there, and then I've got 280mm going up the pitch of the roof. So it's a little bit there to take off, so let's cut that off. When you're knocking up these bays, you always want to use a chalk line. Never kind of try to scribe it with stuff, or if you do, do it very, very lightly. But it's always best to use a chalk line. So that's that. Not too much waste off that. It's not pretty good. Right, and then marking the undercloak. Over the years, I've done this so many different ways. What I used to do, I used to leave a little tag on there and bring it down to nothing, but then you kind of end up with like a bit of an upside down weld there, which is a bit tricky. So what I do now, I literally just mark 30mm and I'll cut straight in on that line. What I'll do is I'll do another clip in a minute with the next bay, and I'll zoom in on all of these cuts so we can see it properly. But if I just explain it on the first one, and then I'll show it again on the second clip. So for my undercloak, what I do, just mark 30mm, cut straight in. And this is the same principle, whether this is going to be up against the wall, you know, so you've got more of an upstand, it doesn't matter. These cuts are always the same. So that one just wants to be, so I cut straight in on that line where it met the roll, that 52mm line. So straight in down there, and then what I do is I just leave a little tag. I don't cut straight in on the 75mm line. I'll just leave a little tag there. And the reason for that, if anything is slightly out of square, doesn't quite meet, you've got a little bit there to give you a bit of tolerance, and it does make it easier to weld. So that's just going to be a nice straight weld there now. So that's how I typically do an undercloak. And then when we go up the pitch of the roof, I'll do this two different ways. Sometimes I'll boss them, or I'll do a cut and a weld. And I think because we're already going to be welding anyway, I'll do a cut and a weld for this. So I'm just going to get the pitch of the roof. Okay, so that's the picture of the roof there. Excuse me. And what I do is I just put that right in on that point there. Just mark that gently. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut straight in there. That's how I do that one. Then see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. Just makes it easier doing it now for when we're going to weld. Just get a little shaver on there, clean it up a bit. That's that. And I just bend that section up there. Do the same with the undercoat. We'll clean it up a little bit now. Let's make it a bit easier. And we can knock up this underclake now. Need a bit more chalk in my chalk line. Just about to see that line. You can bend up stand up the pitch of the roof now. I'm not going to set anything in, not at this stage. And lastly, bend up that backup stand. I'm just going to knock that little tag round just to get it in. And the same with that one there. Okay, so that's that first bay ready to go in. Okay, so I've just set that bay in there now. So once it's all set in, this is what these cuts look like. So we've got a nice weld to go over there for the undercloak. We've got another nice weld there to do where it goes up the pitch of the roof. So I'll get these ones welded up, then I'll knock up this second bay and I'll zoom right in on the cuts for the undercloak and the overcloak. Okay, so that's that bay all dressed in and welded up now. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I do the overcloak bay. Again, similar principle. I've already got my piece of lead cut to size. So what I'm going to do first, so I'm going to measure, again, 75mm down there for my undercloak, 52mm where it meets the ridge roll. Then from the 75 I'll measure along until it meets the next wood roll, and then I'll allow 180mm for my overcloak. So I'm going to get all those bits done first. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got the 75mm line for the undercloak, we've got the 52mm line for the ridge roll, and then from the undercloak to the second wood roll it's 460. Then I've allowed 180mm for the overcloak. And for my cuts, what I'm going to do, is that focusing yet? So I'm going to cut straight in to that point there, and then I'm going to mark 30mm, and I'm just going to leave like a little tag. So let's do that bit first. Okay, so what I've done here is I've cut straight in there, and I allowed 30mm, cut that through there, just left a little tag. So the bit that you remove is that bit there. So that's an undercloak cut. And then the overcloak cut, what I'm going to do, again, over the years, I've done this so many different ways. What I used to do is, if I find a piece of wood roll, I'll show you. what I used to do is I used to put the wood roll in that point there. I used to mark all the way around there, and I used to leave a tag on there and then bring it to nothing. But again, you end up with this upside down tricky weld bit there. So now what I do is I've got a new method, and it kind of incorporates that a little bit but not completely. What I do is I mark 30mm from there to there, 45mm from there to there. So let's do that first. Okay, so I've marked my 30mm there, I've marked my 45mm there, and then what I do is I actually leave a little tag just to that point there, and then I cut straight down on that line, the same as that, like an undercloak. And then it just takes out that sort of like little upside down weld section. You end up with just like a nice vertical weld there, and then a nice little tag to go around the rest of the roll, so it all meets. But again, there was just so many different ways of doing that. Some people will literally just cut straight in there, and but then if it's slightly out of square, you've got a good chance that those two bits are not going to meet. If you've got a little tag section there, you've got a little bit of play. So let's get that bit cut out now. Okay, I'll do this in a couple of stages, so it's quite easy to see, hopefully. So I've just got that tag on there. All I've done is I've cut down there, and then where it met that 45, I just cut straight in, say for example on that line there, but obviously only to that point. And what that does there, it just gives me, after the height of the roll, which would just be a vertical weld, then it just gives me a little tag to go around the rest of it. So now that section's done, what I'm going to do now is just take that square section out, and again just leave a little tag there, the same as the undercloak. And then you're left with something looking like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to knock up that little tag there. Okay, so that's that tag knocked up. And then what I'm going to do now is just knock the bay up like I did with the undercloak one. Okay, so let's get this knocked up. Again, I'm not going to set anything in at this stage. On the overcloak. Just knock these two tags around now, just so it fits into all the wood that we've set out. Okay, so that's now ready to go in. So when you've knocked it up, this is what it's going to look like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sit that in, and what I do on every bay before I go too carried away is I'll oil this undercloak, and I'll oil the overcloak as well. On the back of it through there, and all it is so that it won't streak. Because if you don't do it and you just oil at the end, obviously the time you've got your splash lap through here, you can have all this section of lead that hasn't got any patination oil on it, and water will obviously come underneath the splash lap, and it's gonna streak all through here and run out on every roll. You're gonna get white lines running down your roof. So that is the cuts that I do and how I knock up my lead bays. This was suggested quite a few times, this video, from subscribers in the comments section. So I do read every single comment, and I do answer everyone as well. So if there's anything else you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can check me out on Instagram at SLB Leadworks. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hopefully catch you in the next. Cheers.